Okay, everybody. So now I'm recording the class. I've just gone over today's agenda, and we shall get started. Now, the last two classes, I'm going to share my screen right here. The last two classes, we saw some fabulous Google Earth presentations. And if you reviewed what we did on Wednesday of last week, we saw some great presentations from Narcy. We also saw reviewed how to do the screen sharing. Carmen, we went to different places. Let's see, mostly I think Thursday's class, it was mostly students from the DR and Mexico, but we also went to Haiti. The class before that, we went to Spain. We went to multiple places and everybody shared their screen and talked about different places that are important to them. Yes, I think this was Daniela, was this yours?
No, teacher.
Okay, forgot who gave. Oh no, this was oh yeah, this was in Chiapas, Mexico. I was thinking the school. You showed us your high school, right? Anyway, yeah, so that was fabulous. And Caesar, I think
Yes.
do you want to show us yours? Because I think you're the only one here who was not able to give us a presentation.
Well, I had Johan help as Wednesday,
Okay.
and I think I sent the presentation by my phone.
Oh, send it. You did. I meant to do it live. Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look. You mean you attached it on Google Classroom? Oh, there you are. Oh, you sent us something, a document. Okay, interesting. All right. Oh, you took screenshots. Okay, cool. All right. So let's see. You know what we can do, Caesar? Do you have the address of the place you want to show us?
The address
Hmm.
uh,
Can you tell me where in the world is it?
yes, it's Santo Domingo.
Okay, you're from the capital city.
Yes,
I think we've got 4 students in this class from Santo Domingo.
yes. I was sharing the place where I was living in the last 20 years.
Okay, beautiful. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do the same thing I did with Lunique. If rather than have you navigate it and share your screen, I'm going to just give me the location and then I'll ask you to tell the story. I'll do
Okay.
the navigating for you, but can you give me the address or a name of a place? Is it a park, a building?
Yes, it's a building called Torres, Torres,
Mm-hmm.
Enriquillo, Enquillo.
Okay, and Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. I might have.
Yeah,
Wait, okay, is that it right there?
this is in Villa
Red,
Juana.
it's an apartment building.
Apartment
Is it?
building. There are
Okay,
4 towers,
here we go, here we go, here we go.
8-story
We're
building.
traveling the world. Okay, and this is where you used to live, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll be your pilot, okay? I'm flying
Okay.
the plane, but you got to speak all the English. You got to tell us everything, Cesar. Here we go.
Yes. Yeah.
So take us on a journey. Here we go.
So that building is in Villa Juana. It's a very popular neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
One of our president, who is very known in the United States,
Mm-hmm.
who is called Leonel Fernandez. Yes, right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my building. The number 4 is my building, the 6th floor.
So let me Can you tell me, is it the building? It looks like two buildings, to the left or right?
Yeah, there are 4 buildings. You have to quick.
Four. Is this one of them?
No,
Okay, so you're,
you turn around to the
uh,
south. You
Whoop.
could that.
okay, just keep, is that your building?
No, it's behind this building.
Okay, so basically, so back there, okay.
Yes, this but that. This commercial plaza.
Okay, I'll go back to the satellite view. All right.
Yeah,
So
go to
somewhere around
the
there.
Peña Valle Street.
I don't think I see the street numbers. Or I can put the address in it. Give me, how do I spell it?
Yeah.
Well, no, don't worry about it. Just keep telling the story. So why is this important to you?
Because I was born in this neighborhood,
Really? Okay,
Oh.
keep going.
but after more than 30 years, I went back to the neighborhood when I was
Mhm.
born. And I
Mhm.
was fortunate that this building was built by the government. So every one of the owners received suicide because they
Tell
were,
us what that means. I'm not quite sure. So it was a government building. So everybody received something?
well, normally the government give a suicide to everyone. Suicide is a part of the total amount of each apartment. So
Oh, okay, okay, so. But I'm not sure, I'm confused. Is this like, it was built by the government and you bought it? So you
I bought
received
it,
some extra
but the
money?
government paid part of the total amount
Ah, okay,
of the apartment.
a government, a subsidy,
Exactly.
SUBSID. Okay, that makes sense.
That was very important.
Very interesting.
And my 3 children were very young, and
Mhm,
they grew up in this building. They went to college and they finished. And one of them, my daughter, married
mhm,
and came
mhm.
to the United States. And now I am living with her in Dorchester.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is it still in the family? The building, the apartment?
Yeah. One of my son is living there.
Mm,
Yeah.
very nice. Fabulous.
It's not the best place in the city, but the location, you are near to many way of transportation.
I'm
We
gonna
have
go
a,
back to the street view. Tell us about the transportation.
yeah, we have a metro, the subway in
Mhm,
this avenue, Máximo Gómez,
mhm.
and the path is from north to south.
Oh, I
It goes
see
through,
the, on the map right there.
yeah, the subway. You
So
can
let's
go
go to Google
to all
Maps.
university, the subway.
Okay, so if you live right here, tell me, it looks like a lot of parks, big, beautiful green spaces around there.
Now, the very green space is a place where are many sport buildings.
Okay, very nice. Yeah, it looks very, I'll use the word urban,
Yeah.
like in the middle of the big city. Nice.
See, this is just in the middle. You can
Okay,
go to
looks.
the north, south, east, or west easily.
Mhm. Very nice, very nice. When did you come to the US?
Oh, I've been here as a tourist many times since the early 90s.
Mhm.
But in last August, I got my green card.
Congratulations.
So I had to go, sadly, I had to go to Santo Domingo for 1 month because my junior son passed away.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yes.
But it looks like you have a big family still there.
Yeah.
Okay. Fabulous. Cesar, thank you so much for taking us on this journey.
Yeah.
Isabel, I saw you just joined us. Isabel,
Hi.
you, I believe, how you doing? You also didn't give us a presentation. Do you have a location to show us on
No,
your
no.
screen or on my screen? You can show us your neighborhood in Taunton if you like. It could be anywhere in the world. That was the assignment.
Yes.
Okay, so that's a no. That's a hard pass. Okay. All right. So let's move right along. Thank you, Cesar. I'll definitely mark you as
You're
completing
welcome.
that assignment. And thank you for the screenshots as well. So now so that was a recording of our two most recent classes. And now I am going back to the initial page. Okay, so two things I put here in the Google Classroom stream. What this was the classwork. So for Jackie, this is what our Google Classroom page looks like. Don't worry about these three. So you just joined. So if you see, oh, you don't get credit for these three. These were the first three we did this semester. Don't worry. Just pay attention to the ones from this week on. This week on. In the break, I'm going to post a new assignment, and that'll be for you. Don't worry about these previous three. So here is what I posted for everybody to write on a message board. So on our Google Classroom page, sometimes I'll just post a message board and I'll ask a question and ask everybody to give their answer to the question. This was a question about an upcoming change of venue. Who knows what I mean by change of venue?
Change the location.
Yeah, venue. So right now we're on the internet. You could be anywhere in the world with a decent internet connection and come to class. But starting next month, we'll have a little change of venue, but I need to get some information from everybody first. I'll make this nice and big and ask for a volunteer reader. Would anybody like to volunteer to read here?
This
Daniela
test?
Clutis, Caesar, go ahead.
No, but to read what the test in the screen.
Oh, yes. Yes, the text on the screen. And I can make it a little bigger if you need. There you go, my friend.
Here. Where is the where it may play to write?
Oh no, I'm not asking you to write anything, just read.
Okay. Next month, we will begin to offer a few in-person classes on Monday and possibly Wednesdays. In order, I don't see the complete sentence.
In order to prepare for this.
You have the screen, the screen in my left hand. It cut part of the phrase.
Oh, okay. Maybe one of your classmates can help you. Jackie, would you pick up where he left off in order to prepare for this?
In order to prepare for this, I would like to ask everyone to let you know if the stream below, if you're able to attend any classes in person.
There we go. Beautiful. So yeah, this is what that mean by the stream. This is a public message board for everybody to read.
Yeah.
So when I always indicate the stream, it means it's not a direct message to me. It's not a DM. It's for everybody. So this is where you just give general information. Nice job, Jackie.
Yes, the proposed schedule changes Monday and possibly Wednesday in person, classes in person. Please write your answer below. For example, yes, I will be able to attend classes in person. No, I will not be able to attend classes in person. Or I'm uncertain whether or not I can attend classes in person. Thank you, George.
All right.
Oh.
So what that means is Michael his classes on Tuesdays and on Fridays. That's still online. He can't fly in every single day from Thailand to teach the class, but Michael will stay online, but very likely I will be the 2 days in person, or perhaps just 1 day, but I need to get the information first. So Daniela, fabulous. Daniela says, yes, no problem. Stephanie says, yes. Carmen says, yes. Pluti says, yes. Very good, very good. And I think Caesar, you just added yours.
Yeah.
Added your answer. Maria says
Yeah.
yes, and Caesar says yes. So this
I'll
looks
be
like
able to
an
attend the
overwhelming yes, yes, yes. Jackie, you've only been with us for, I think, half an hour. Would you be able to make it to a Monday or possibly Monday, Wednesday in person, and then the other classes online?
Yes, for me, could be the best, could be online classes, but I am available to go.
Okay,
Yes,
all right.
definitely. Yes.
That's exactly the answer I need. So online is little. Do you mind me asking where are you located?
I'm living now in Weymouth, Massachusetts, or
You're-
the South
You're my
Shore.
neighbor. You're my neighbor.
Oh, really?
I am also in Weymouth.
Ah, nice.
Yep, I'm right on Washington Street. So who knows?
I'm in Drew Avenue, like Leon Field and Lovell Field.
I play soccer with my son at Legion Field all the time.
Yep,
Yep, we are neighbors. That's great.
nice.
Okay. So.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes, Carmen.
Do you remember? Do you see my whole message? I'm only available Mondays.
Oh, yes, Mondays. Yes, Mondays. So Carmen, Mondays only. All right. Yes, thank you so much for pointing that out to me. Okay. So
Thank you.
you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so Jackie, now Isabel. Isabel, you are all the way in Taunton. Are you able to come in a few days a week?
Yes, I can.
Okay. All right. Good to know. Well, that's that. And this would start, I'd give everybody a heads up, and that is going to be in March next month. Now, good to know. Excellent. So I'm going to now show everybody. Let's see. This is for Jackie's benefit here. Jackie, you have not met Michael. I co-teach with another teacher, Michael. These are his days right here. So you have 2 links here. The link for all of my Zoom classes. That's right here. Here's Michael's Tuesday class. Michael gives students a task to work on independently on Friday. That's called asynchronous. It means not at the same time. And I've been doing the live Zoom classes Monday and Wednesday. And it looks like these will turn into in-person classes. It looks like everyone apart from Daniela on Wednesdays is okay to come in on that Monday and the Wednesday. So here is another, detail I want to point out, our calendar. So a little bit about our program. We are funded by this organization. So if you ever wanted to know how come these English classes are free? Do these people have lives? No, we get paid. It's a job, but we get money from another organization. And it's called DESE. It's an acronym.
Mhm.
Who wants to guess what that means?
What is the acronym?
Oh, an acronym is like it's like
No, I
This
know,
is an
but
acronym.
I can see
Oh,
the
yeah.
acronym now.
an acronym is like TV, television.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, so I wanted everybody to take a guess. DESE. Or you could Google it.
yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, as a Department of Elementary and Secondary Education.
Yes, you nailed it. Perfect. It's the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education. So that is absolutely correct. So given that we are funded by this is a government organization. So what that means is our schedule operates on the Boston Public School schedule. So here's a list of all the holidays for the Boston Public Schools. And we did that, our winter recess, we did that. And last month we had Martin Luther King Day. And take a look at this.
Next week.
It's all next week. So this is I'm announcing next week. Now this is probably driving Jackie crazy. Jackie's like saying, wait, I just got here and you're going to take a week off? Oh no, Jackie's okay with it. Jackie said, give the party emoji. I love it. Okay, so Jackie's like, she's got her notebook. She's got everything ready to come to class and learn.
No, yeah, because I have 2 children in home, so I have
Gotcha.
to teach them here and take care of them. Yes.
Okay, so you're going to be very busy. Yes. All right. So we fall in line with the Boston Public School schedule. So next week we will be on a break. It's called February recess, and then we come back in March. And March, it looks like all of my classes will be will be in person, and I'll give you the address of our brand new location. So I'm gonna get oriented with this new location in JP, and by the end of the week I'll give everybody directions and how to get there and all that stuff. So yes, this is the calendar of events. Good to follow. So here we are finishing up. Where's February? There it is. So Jackie, I also have 2 kids, and so we both live in Weymouth and we both have 2 kids. Mine are 2, almost 3, and 7 years old, almost 8. So here we go. February, we are right. We're starting this week right here. After this week of classes, this is the February break. And then February 27th, there it is, February 27th. So yes, looks like we'll have one more online class there. And then March, that's when that brand new building that I've been hearing so much about will be open for business. And if a handful of students cannot make it on a certain day, I might have to do some type of hybrid flex class. That means, what that means is like you have an in-person class, but then for part of the activity, you'll somehow involve people who cannot be there physically. But that's my job. I will figure that out. Now.
So George, please, excuse me.
Yep.
February the 27th, we have online classes or present?
That would still be, oh yes, that would still be online. March, starting in March. So yes, starting.
Mariana invited us to visit a new place and that date.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's kind of, oh, okay. Well, then maybe it's kind of a preview of coming attractions. Think of that as a field trip.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not, and the fact that Mariana told you, invited you without telling me, it doesn't surprise me at all. She's usually one to give surprises, and I just roll with it. So.
Oh, she invited all the people that were to take the test not last Wednesday.
Okay, so yeah, so when you came for testing, did she say February 27th?
Yeah, maybe her beard.
I think you're giving me information she's about to share with me at the staff meeting today, because I was teaching the class when you were at testing. Anyway, okay. So next time I want to know some information about the company, I will ask Caesar, not my boss. I love it. So here we go. Yes, so March will begin the in-person classes. If there is some other event that day, I will let you know. All right, moving right along. So the other thing I put here is this. Further up in the stream, I put,
The day after the Super Bowl, I already
yeah,
got-
the day after the Super Bowl.
Oh, George,
Let's get a new
sorry.
reader. Jackie, yes.
sorry. I have a question about the
Mhm.
other classes online
Mhm.
with mics.
Mhm.
So I be able to take that too, or
Oh, yes,
what?
yes, absolutely. Yes. Oh, yeah, it's not a pick and choose. It's everybody can do everything.
Okay, so
Yeah,
on
yeah, 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 yeah.
Tuesday, I'm gonna see Michael in the
Yes.
Zoom class.
Yes.
And which the schedule, the whole schedule, 10
Mhm.
to, it begins at 10 and
Yes, that would, Michael's classes would not change at all.
No, it's excuse me, teacher. It's at 10:30
Oh,
every Tuesday.
Day
okay,
after-
Yeah.
okay, thank you.
Yeah,
So,
he gonna send a link on WhatsApp
okay,
group. So
okay,
yeah,
thank you.
it's at
Thank you.
Now I
10:30,
understand your question.
Okay, thank you. And
Gotcha.
what time ends?
12:30.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for that, Carmen. Appreciate it.
Thank
Now
you.
I
You're
understand what you
welcome.
mean. Yes, Michael's, yeah, and we, both of us, we give a heads up for any changes on the WhatsApp group.
Okay, thank you.
Great question. Great question. Yeah, so Michael's classes would be completely unchanged. Michael is not living in the country right now. So he can't he can't make it into Boston. So that's a really difficult, it's really difficult for him to to get into Boston. All right. So yes. So here is the bulk of the lesson for today. The day after the Super Bowl, I always love to review the commercials. Analyzing commercials is a great way to learn both language and culture. Here's an article from the New York Post, today's edition of the New York Post, that we'll use for this lesson. It'll be a round robin reading. A lot of the commercials reference popular culture. So some of it, so if you're invited to your American friend's house to watch the game, and then a commercial comes on, and you see your American friend laughing, and you're sitting there like this,
What happened?
what's going on?
Mm.
That's what it's all about. So it's about understanding these cultural details, nuances.
Okay.
So here we go. We'll do a round robin reading about several of these commercials. They're rated top 10. So the Super Bowl, it's, as a cultural event, it's America's big moment where more people are watching TV at one time. Even though people stream and watch what they want when they want, like Netflix or Hulu or whatever, it's still the traditionally the moment where most Americans are in one place, like we have an appointment almost. Like you're in one place and you're just glued to that TV for whatever reason with your family or your friends. And I asked earlier in the semester, I compared the Chinese New Year celebration called Chunwan, when most people in the country are watching TV at one time. It's kind of like that. And
Right.
I think it was somebody compared in Brazil, I think it was Miss Universe was like that, one of those moments. That event is where so many people are like, oh, stop, we got to watch right now. What's going on? Okay. And for Haitian students, I think it was a lot of Argentina's football team was one of those moments too. I found that quite interesting. But anyway, so this is where all the Americans stop and watch TV.
Mhm.
Why do we do this? Let's take a look. Okay, here we go. Let's get our first reader, somebody who hasn't shared yet. Here we go. And I'll make sure this the screen is big enough Okay. All right. Okay, who has not read yet? We've got Clutis, Daniela, Carmen, Isabel. Who wants to get started?
I can start it. Susan.
All right, Carmen. So I'll highlight and then I'll just give you these 3 paragraphs right here. Do you need it bigger
Mhm.
on your screen?
Yes, a little bit, please.
Let me use
All
my,
right, there we go. There
my
we go.
reading glasses.
Okay.
So right here.
Super Bowl.
Okay. Super Bowl Sunday is as much about the ads as it is about the on-field
On-field
action,
action.
with companies clamoring to
Mhm.
creating TV. Oh, no, sorry.
Yeah,
I
you got
see.
it.
To create a
Clamoring to,
commercial that scores a different kinds of touchdowns.
very
This
nice.
year, Ford charged up to $7 million for a 30-second slot, and big brands splashed the cash in the hopes of creating TV gold.
Beautiful.
But while a captivating commercial can be an invaluable investment, it's hard to
Mhm.
pull off given that around 100 million Americans are watching critically and closely.
Mhm.
Done.
Nice. Let's stop right there. There's a couple of grammatical tools, or I should say literary tools used in this. So the word clamoring, I know that will be a new word, so I'm going to give a synonym.
Clamoring.
Clamoring. This means
Clamoring. Okay.
Clapping excited.
competing. In this context,
Competing?
it means competing to
Okay.
create a commercial. So competing, like making noise, like hey, right here, right
Mhm.
here. Like basically like it's like everybody wants attention.
Mhm.
Hey, like competing to get attention. That's
Clamoring.
clamoring.
Okay,
And
competing.
this is a double meaning or double entendre, a different kind of touchdown. So the word touchdown, that's a sports reference. When they score 6 points, that's called a touchdown. But create a commercial that scores a different kind of touchdown. What do you think that means? Take a look here.
A commercial that impact most of people.
Yes, exactly. Because this is why it's such a cultural event right here. Last year was Comcast that bought the rights to broadcast the Super Bowl live. Different media companies will actually compete and pay. They'll bid for the NFL, and usually the NFL will sell the rights to this one game one night a year to the company that pays more money. But the way that the media company makes money is they sell commercial rights. So however much money Fox Sports paid to get the Super Bowl this year, they will then sell commercial rights. And how much did they charge?
7 million.
7 million for 30
For a 30
seconds.
seconds.
Right. So think about it. When you're watching that commercial, every time 30 seconds goes by, 7 million. So, and we could do the math. So how much?
That's a lot of money, teacher.
Exactly. Let's do the math. How much is 1 second? Who could do the math? $7 million divided by 30 seconds. 7 million divided by 30. Who can do it fast? I'm just pulling out a calculator here on my phone. Hold on a second. 7 million divided by 30.
2,300.
Okay. Yes. 0.33333. Yes. Yeah. So, okay. So every second that you see a commercial on during the Super Bowl, someone has paid $233,333.3333. That's how valuable that time is, because you get the most eyes on the screen of any other. That's the most expensive TV advertising of the whole year. And that's why the commercials are generally pretty good, because they'll get the best writers, the biggest celebrities will be, and like celebrities themselves compete to be in these commercials. They're like, and that's why this year it was Rihanna who performed. So in last year it was I forgot who it was. Oh yeah, last year it was a variety of old school hip hop acts that performed. But that's why it's always a big deal for entertainment. Like, oh, I get to do the Super Bowl. This is the moment of my career. You know, that's why it's that big a deal, because you get the most people watching at one time. Let's take a look at what's next. So who wants to read the next section of the article?
Me, teacher.
Go for it, Clutes.
Let's start.
Yes.
Okay. Super Bowl Sundays mean we get to watch great and with football breaks in between. Lucas Bongioni, executive creative director at the community, yes, is lower case on purpose. Agencies store the post or the favor for the commercials. Then it said, say company had Austin relied on big name and nostalgia in order to make a memorable and ad in 2023 was no different.
Very good, very good. So this is definitely going to be a new word, nostalgia. Who knows what that means? Nostalgia.
Like a deja vu.
Well, if it's
Similar.
this is where you want to do what's called inferring. So when you read a sentence, you're always going to read something and see a word you don't know. What's a way you can figure out a word you don't know in a sentence? You do it all the time, and you just kind of get it when you learn a new language, or you see a word. Even native speakers will read a book and we see a new word, and you can kind of figure it out. How do we do that?
I Google it, or
Well, that's what you can look it up, but that will take you out of the reading. Can you imagine reading a whole book and every page you have to stop and look at your phone and then put your phone down and then pick it up again to the same page? You probably will never finish the book, right?
no.
So here's a trick.
Nostalgia is the meaning like sadness, but in that case, I don't know, is the same meaning.
Well, here, look at the context in the sentence. All right, I'm going to underline this right here. So the ad exec said companies have often relied on big names and nostalgia in order to make a memorable ad, and 2023 was no different. Nostalgia and memorable, they're related. How many, well, nostalgia, what is it? What is something? Okay, remember the Google Earth assignment? And I told everybody to tell a story about a place you used to live. Like Caesar this morning started the class telling us a story about the apartment he lived in and his children growing up.
Yeah.
Caesar, why was that memorable? I'm asking a question. Why was that memorable?
Because there was those places was important.
Like
Yes.
emotive.
Yes. Yes. It's nostalgia is an eliciting something in your mind. If you cook a favorite dish, does it, you taste the food, does it take you to a place in your mind?
Yeah. They bring
That's
to us
nostalgia.
good memories.
Right. If you hear a favorite song, does it take you somewhere in your mind?
Ah,
Yep.
That is
that is-
nostalgia. So a lot of the people who put together these commercials, one of the tools they use is eliciting nostalgia. Who is watching? Who are these millions of Americans and people around the world watching? And what's a way to elicit some type of happy feeling to buy this product?
Mhm.
So I'll give you an example. The first one, and also big name celebrities, big names. All right, so they start off with, I think it was
Joan
not the
Baez.
Dunkin' Donuts commercial. Okay, here we go. All right, so, okay, this is nostalgia right here. This Doritos commercial made the top 10.
Mm.
Everybody knows and loves this show that ended almost 10 years ago.
No.
This is where it becomes popular culture. When I say everybody, I mean, this is like Americans. So if you were in America 10 years ago, you could see Americans talking about this show all day, every day. The names of the characters became punchlines. Punchlines
Yeah.
are lines that make people laugh. The school teacher with cancer becomes a drug dealer to pay for his medical bills.
Oh.
And it's called Breaking Bad. It means the good guy becomes the bad guy. He did good things his whole life, and his life was terrible. So he decided to be a bad guy. And he kept making bad decisions and creating more problems.
Mm.
So this was nostalgia, meaning, oh, when Americans who saw the TV show and missed the TV show that was finished, I think 2016 or 2017, the last episode, and they see these two actors, this guy who played the character Jesse, this guy who played the character Walter, Americans go, oh, I remember that show, because so many Americans have that memory. I remember that show. I remember that show. I used to watch that show. And then it's put into your brain, the feeling of nostalgia, the happy feeling when you watch the show for the first time 12 years ago. And then all of a sudden, when you are in your office tomorrow morning, you have no idea why, but you go across the street and you decide to buy some Doritos. Why is that?
Because you saw it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
remember.
yeah. For some reason, these actors, the company pay what this Doritos will pay $233 million per second. And
Mhm.
the salaries of all the people to make this commercial that takes, I think the commercial was about 11 seconds. It's like a TikTok video. So commercial is about 11 seconds, but they're betting, okay, we're going to spend all this money, and next month, all Americans will buy more Doritos. That's the bet. So that's the game with the Super Bowl commercials.
Yeah.
And here's a big Will Ferrell. When my son and I were watching the game last night, my son had a feeling of nostalgia because he says, that's the guy from this movie. And everybody with kids knows exactly when you see that face, oh, that's the guy from Elf. So that's relying on both big names and nostalgia. Yes. So let's keep reading. All right, who wants to read the next part of the article?
I can read.
Go for it, Daniela.
But with the COVID-19 pandemic finally in the review mirror, Bongiorni also noticed that many of this year's best
Oh,
commercial
noticed.
notice
Mhm. Yep.
notice that many of this year best commercial came from software and streaming companies and appeared optimistic about the days ahead. This year feel like half was nostalgia and half was more future fancy. He declared newcomers and veterans brands both went big. Belong, Bongianni and other high-powered creative give their picks for the best ADS of 2023 and
All right. Mhm.
and call out the commercials that failed to fire.
All right, so this guy Bongiorni and other high-powered creatives, these are experts in the field of advertising and entertainment. That's who they're referencing. But the last paragraph said, okay, some commercials went for nostalgia, but then others were what's called future facing. What is
Facing.
future facing?
Looking at the future.
Right, exactly. So some commercials decided to create this like imaginary world of the future. A lot of like this one, a lot of the commercials I noticed last night, about 5 or 6 car companies were talking about EVs. Who knows what is an EV?
Uh,
V is vehicle. What is email?
Email.
Electronic mail.
Okay.
So
Electric
EV
vehicle?
is electric vehicles. Yes. So 5 years ago, the only really good EV was Tesla, and Teslas are slightly cheaper now
Yeah.
because every car company is trying to make their own EV.
Mhm.
And there's a problem. What's the biggest problem if you buy an EV?
There are not too much place to charge the battery.
Exactly. So if I drive into New Hampshire and I run out of batteries, I got a problem. If I'm just driving around Boston, I'm okay. I can find a charging station. But if I drive to Vermont, I drive to New Hampshire, I want to drive this EV to Canada. I don't know if I'm ever going to come home again. So a lot of these commercials were creating this future where you could find an EV in the desert, like a charging station in the desert, in the forest. You have all these people driving EVs into these like places with no people, no nothing. No, buy our EV because you could charge it anywhere. That was future facing. It's created this fictional, it's not the world we live in now because charging stations aren't everywhere, but it's predicting a future where you could plug in your EV just as easy as you could plug in your phone. That's what a lot of these commercials were arguing
George,
last night.
I read in the news that in Wyoming, the
Mhm.
Congress declared not to use electric vehicle because it could be against the interest of the fuel company.
So that's so I think that's why absolutely none of these EV commercials had any reference to Wyoming last night. There was nothing about Wyoming. It is now 11 o'clock, 11:01. I'm 1 minute late. And this is when we take our 10-minute break. Here we go. Take a break, grab a cup of coffee. I'll see you in 10 minutes.
All right.
Okay, everybody. So what we did for the second half of class was to analyze 2 of the Super Bowl commercials from last night. And now I'm going to introduce the next assignments. Best commercial from another country. I said I would show you how to attach a screenshot to a Google Doc. I'm actually going to save that for Wednesday morning instead.
Okay.
So that'll be a preview of coming attractions, but you can see the next assignment, and the due date is February 27th. So the last Monday of February. So I'm going to ask you to think about commercials that were very popular in another country you've lived in. So
Okay.
you've all changed countries at some point in your life, which brought you here. So think of another country you once lived in and prepare to share a commercial from one of those places. So you have plenty of time to think about it. And next class that we have on Wednesday together, I'll show you exactly how to do that in this worksheet. But for now, I'd like to finish up with a conversation about what you thought about. So breakout room 1, what were your thoughts on the Netflix and General Motors commercial? That was breakout room 1.
I think teachers is about promotion the GNC car, the motor general, and Netflix too. Yeah.
Yeah, who remembers what that was called in the article?
EV?
A joint venture. It
Oh,
was not.
joint.
Yeah, it was very unusual because it wasn't just a commercial for one company. It was 2 companies at the same time.
Mhm.
Anybody give some details about?
Netflix include more ABS and their movies and shows.
Nice.
And the
There was
interesting
some,
thing, yes,
Go for it,
sorry.
Jackie, and then Daniela. Jackie, yep.
the interesting thing I saw was 2 things. The first is like the elf. I don't remember the name of the actor, but the elf said
Will Ferrell, yeah.
said that they should to keep going in including the cars on the Netflix shows, right? Like they should, or like they have to, right? And the second thing I was telling the ladies, I was showing watching the commercial with my boy, with my kid, and we both watch already the Stranger Things movie TV show together.
Yep.
So when the commercial was showing a part of the TV show, we both laughing and we get connected because we love the show. So
Yeah.
us was oh really, they used cars, the AV cars on the show. Oh, nice. So like Carmen said, they now we want to buy a car like this, like
It's working.
right? Yes.
That's funny. All right, let's hear from breakout room number 2. Tell us about the Workday commercial.
Okay, the commercial is about the company, the Workday is the company, how financial is the commercial is talking about the Roadstar, the relation between the Roadstar and the Workday is maybe because it's popular, the Roadstar and the company too. I don't know. It's true.
Can anyone else guess what the humor, the comedy was in that commercial?
The comedy? I don't know, Cesar.
Well,
Do you have?
well, do you remember in the beginning, you had the actual famous people
Yeah.
telling
Os-
these ordinary people that aren't famous,
Osborne?
don't call yourself a
Osborne?
rock star. That
Mm.
was the joke.
I don't remember the name.
It's okay.
Mm.
Anybody else want to take a guess where the comedy is there? The word rock star is an American idiom. When anybody does something well, Americans will say, "You're a rock star."
Because it's the
right.
Indian.
Yes. Do you remember the difference between literal and figurative? Literal mean, well, who can explain literal and figurative? I
Well,
mentioned that
figure
before.
is just when you have on your mind. You can figure it out.
No, tell
You
us,
can
Jackie.
figure.
What's literal and what's figurative?
Literal is the real word meaning.
Mhm.
That's a good way to put it.
And figurative is like another kind of meaning of that word.
I'll give you an example. Watch this. You guys are driving me crazy.
Yeah, it's a figure.
That's figurative, right?
Yes.
You guys are driving me crazy.
It's
It's in your mind.
maybe
You had to. You had
comparison.
to see.
Does that mean that I need to go to the hospital and be put on some psych meds?
No, it's a hyperbole.
Hyperbole. Yes, a figure of speech. That's where the word rock star is. That's what you were trying to say, the real world meaning. Well, it means literal. It means word for word, actually what it's saying. You're a rock star. And if I'm saying, I'm looking at homework, hey, good job, Frida, you're a rock star. Does that mean she's going to start selling out concerts at the TD Garden?
No.
No. So that's figurative use of the word rock star. And Americans, figurative. Americans call each other rock star as a compliment.
Okay, yeah.
So it's funny if I turn to Frida and say, Frida, you're a rock star. And what if an actual rock star kicked the door open and said, she's not a rock star? That would be, that's the joke. That's what, yeah. I'm a rock star. Yeah. So that's the whole joke. It's the way Americans use the word rock star as an idiom. And that's it. We'll stop right there for today. And I'll see you Wednesday. And Michael will have a great class for you tomorrow.
Okay, teacher.
Thank you, teacher. Have a nice day.
Bye-bye. You
Bye-bye.
too.
Bye, thank you.
Nice to meet you. Bye.